Más preguntas?
Any more questions? Más preguntas? Okay. Do you want me to go through the list that they sent on Facebook, some of the questions?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Evie.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so one of the questions that they wanted to know, I think you answered already, is as far as sequelae, whether or not Chloe today has any sequelae of the OMS.
If she's tired or sick, sometimes you'll see a little bit of the shaky hand, just a little bit. That's all.
Él dice que en aspecto a la secuela, que alguien preguntó que qué le ha quedado del OMS, él dice que algunos días cuando ella está cansada o se siente enferma, ven un poquito de temblor en su mano, pero solamente eso. Okay, other question. Let's see. Was there ever a neuroblastoma found?
Nope, she never had a neuroblastoma. She had a viral infection that revved up the immune system. She was
Did
tested.
you ever find out what it was?
No, they never did. And I guess 50% of the cases are related to a neuroblastoma. 50% of the cases just present themselves clinically like that, and they don't know why.
La pregunta era si alguna vez le encontraron algún tipo de neuroblastoma a Chloe. Dice que no, en el caso de Chloe fue viral. 50% de los casos, en 50% de los casos se encuentra un neuroblastoma. El otro 50% es a causa de un virus. Nunca supe qué virus causó el síndrome en Chloe, pero sí saben que fue viral.
And we have our suspicions. We gave her, when she went to the doctor at 18 months, she had a vaccination for mumps, measles, and rubella. And it was right after that vaccination that the symptoms started to present. But the doctors would never say that's what it was.
Él dice que a los 18 meses a la niña le dieron una vacuna. Y después de esa vacuna fue que sucedió esto. Siempre han tenido la pregunta de si fue la vacuna que le causó este síndrome, pero dice que los médicos nunca han quedado de acuerdo que la vacuna fue lo que causó esto.
So,
Pero,
with the advice of our doctors, we were told not to have any more vaccinations after 18 months.
Pero sí le dijeron, después de todo esto, sus médicos, que después de todo lo que sucedió, que no le iban a poner ya ninguna vacuna. O sea, hasta el día de hoy no le han puesto vacuna.
They thought it would rev up the immune system again.
Porque pensaban que al ponerle alguna vacuna podía reactivar el sistema inmune. Okay, so here's another question. They want to know if Chloe feels any type of physical pain. No. Le preguntaron que si sentía ella algún clase de dolor físico y ella dice que no, ella no siente ningún dolor. Somebody asked if it was how hard was it for her to coordinate her thoughts when it came to speech, and what type of assistance did she receive?
Well, when she was at the height of her OMS, probably I would say Mark and I were the only ones that could understand her speech. Her speech was very much impacted. At one point, even her involuntary functions were impacted, where she had issues breathing and swallowing as well. That was right before we started the prednisone, and so the coordination is what it attacks, and her tongue was heavily impacted, and her speech.
What therapies did you use for her?
She started speech at 3. She went, I believe, it's a long time ago, but I think it was 3 times a week. And she continued with speech up until, I believe, 2nd grade. We used flashcards where we would focus on certain consonants and the vowels and parts of the mouth to get the tongue working. So
Speech
mostly
therapy.
with speech therapy that we used.
Did she ever have feeding therapy?
No, once we started prednisone, that pretty much resolved itself, the swallowing and gagging.
But she had a really poor appetite. Really difficult trying to get enough food in her.
Okay.
That was mostly after the long-term use of the prednisone, and they said that was a side effect. We even had to go to a nutritionist and learn how to fortify her foods with non-fat dry milk powder or eggs or things we would make, casseroles, everything we had to fortify because she went way down on the scale. I forget what they call those scales, but she went way down to the low end for height and weight. But once she got off the prednisone, all that resolved itself. Now she has a great appetite. She likes shrimp and crab and lobster, you name it. She eats everything.
La pregunta era qué clase de dificultades había tenido Chloe con el habla y qué terapias le habían dado a ella. Ella dice que cuando empezó el síndrome y cuando estuvo en lo peor, el habla de Chloe fue muy afectada. Ella tenía dificultades respirando, tenía dificultad tragando, comiendo. Ella empezó las terapias del habla a la edad de 3 años. Y la estuvieron viendo 3 veces a la semana, o sea que las terapias eran 3 veces a la semana hasta que ella estuvo más o menos en 2º grado. Ellos empezaron a trabajar con ella con tarjetitas que mostraban fotos y le preguntaban qué era esa foto. Y entonces trabajaban con ella para que pronunciara las palabras correctamente. También empezaron a darle unas terapias para controlar el movimiento de su lengua. Ellos dicen que ella tenía mucha dificultad con el apetito, no comía, no podía comer bien, no le daba hambre y que el médico le dijo que era efecto de la prednisona, un efecto secundario de la medicina. Pero dice ella que no estaba creciendo adecuadamente, o sea que cuando miraban donde ella estaba a nivel de su altura y de su peso, siempre estaba atrás. Y el médico recomendó que le empezaran a poner ciertos ingredientes a la comida, a su comida, o sea, que le dieran comidas altas en grasa y comida fuerte en hierro para que ella fuera creciendo adecuadamente.
Ok, porque es lo que yo iba a preguntar, porque yo he leído que la prednisona tiene muchos daños y pues quería saber a ver cómo afectó a ella o si no tiene ningún efecto.
She's asking about the prednisone. She said that one of the questions that she had, because she's been told of all the side effects with prednisone, is if Chloe has had any secondary side effects to the prednisone.
No, the one thing we did notice with Chloe is her teeth are not very good. Very strong or whatever you want to call it. She does get a lot of cavities. But other than that, she has regular eye checkups and physicals and everything else to date is fine. It's just her teeth have suffered from it.
Did she ever need glasses?
Yes. But everybody in the family needs glasses, so we don't think that's going on.
Okay. Dice él que el único efecto secundario que Chloe ha tenido de la prednisona, dice él que sus dientes no son muy fuertes. Dice que en el sentido de que le da ha tenido muchas caries. Y le pregunté referente a anteojos, si Chloe usa anteojos, y él dice que hasta ahora todos sus exámenes de los ojos han salido normal. Dice que toda la familia de ellos ha necesitado anteojos y que ellos no creen que eso sea parte del síndrome. Pero que hasta ahora todos sus físicos, todo lo demás ha salido normal.
While she was on it, she did get high blood pressure for a little short period of time and was on medicine for that, but as soon as we started lowering the dose and weaning her off of it over the long term, that resolved itself as well.
Dice que lo único que notaron que ella tenía dificultad era más con la presión, se le subía mucho la presión mientras estaba en el medicamento. Dice que al empezar a quitarle el medicamento poco a poco, ya cuando llegaron a cierto nivel, el problema se resolvió él mismo. Pero sí tuvo que tomar unos medicamentos por un tiempo para ayudar a controlar la presión. Okay, let me see what other questions are here. Okay, one of the questions that was posted was how you dealt with your classmates, Chloe. How did you deal with, how did they relate to you? How did they relate to you, and how did you respond to the way they treated you sometimes?
Well, where I go to school, when I started going to school, they had a special ed room where some disabled kids were already going to, so they're kind of used to the whole disabled thing. So they were okay. If I was different, they knew that right away, so I would get bullied every now and again. But,
what did you do when you got bullied?
Cry.
It was hard. It was very hard. She hated school.
School wasn't my favorite. I had friends there, and they would stand by me and help me out. But when I was in 10th grade, I gave a presentation. 11th grade, I gave a presentation on my OMS, and after they kind of understood what I had, they were a lot nicer to me after that.
So it helped to let them know what you were going through?
Right.
I worry with Joey because he went to, when he was in preschool, we still didn't have a diagnosis for him, and I noticed the minute I walked in with him that the kids knew he was different. Somehow they knew he was different, and I could see that they didn't want to play with him, they didn't want to be around him, so it took a little bit of the teacher bringing them over to play with him. So that is one of my worries, because he is at kindergarten age, and as soon as, we're out of the Rituxan, he will go back to school.
Do you think the teachers ever see your students without you?
I think, in gym, definitely, because gym wasn't my strong suit. A lot of people knew that. And so when I would get accommodated for gym, I know Mr. Anderson would tell him why I was accommodated for gym.
So you really have to get the teachers involved and have the teachers help explain to the other students, maybe when your children aren't around, that there is a difference.
La pregunta era cómo se relaciona Chloe con los demás estudiantes y cómo ellos se relacionan con ella, porque los niños temprano, tan pronto entre su niño al salón, los demás niños pueden ver que hay una diferencia. Yo le preguntaba a ella que cómo ella se relacionaba en esa situación, cómo ella le hizo para poder seguir yendo a la escuela. Y el papá dice que ella odiaba ir a la escuela, que no le gustaba porque habían ciertos niños que la molestaban porque veían que ella era diferente. Y ella dijo que cuando empezó la escuela la tenían en una clase de educación especial donde ponían a todos los niños que tenían deshabilidades. O sea que ya los separaban. Y ella dice que ya cuando llegó a la escuela secundaria ella hizo una presentación acerca de su síndrome. Y dice que ya después la empezaron a entender un poco más porque ya ella le había hablado un poco de qué era su síndrome. Dice que eso le ayudó mucho.